A program that will see access to clean drinking water for remote marae and rural communities across Aotearoa is being signed off today at a water treatment factory in Tāmaki Makaurau. The Rural Water Drinking Program 500 is a partnership between Filtec and Crown Infrastructure Partners and involves the manufacture of 120 water treatment plants. Stephen Lee of Tainui is the project director for the Rural Water Drinking Program, and he joins us now. Stephen, ngā mihi nui kia koe and welcome to the program. Can you talk to us about the Rural Water Drinking Program and how it came about?
Yes, kia ora. So the Rural Drinking Water Program came about through the need for these kind of rural communities to have access to safe and clean drinking water. These communities have typically been underfunded in investment over the years, and it's really about bringing water treatment plants to the local community so they can access that water into the future.
The pilot program took place in Gisborne, I understand. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, we ran quite a few pilot programs. One of them was in Gisborne and Rongopai marae. That is currently under works, I guess the marae is, but the water treatment plant was installed. It's based on the typical size of tangi and hui that the marae will have in future. It takes its water source from the roof and also a spring that's been historically used in the past, but the water hasn't been treated to a standard that meets the current regulations. So our new water treatment plant has met those requirements set down by Aotearoa, and it's all ready to go.
So are you saying that there are health risks for some of these rural marae?
Yeah, there definitely are. So it all depends on the water source. Over the years through farming and development, the water sources have degraded over the years and people are still drinking this water. So what we do is we go in and we assess the condition of the water, the user requirements, and we understand and develop a design that fits for that particular marae or that rural community, and we'll fix that water to make it safe.
Ka pai. What does the partnership between Filtec and Crown Infrastructure Partners involve?
The partnership is really, I guess it's a two-way. So the Crown Infrastructure Partners introduces us, Filtec, to the marae, or those who register. We then go and visit the marae and talk to the people of the marae. We understand their needs and look at the water source, like I said before. And then it's really about delivering that water treatment plant to the marae and then have an ongoing maintenance and service contract for 5 years. So that marae is not left with just a water treatment plant, it's also maintained, it's guaranteed to work for 5 years. And following that, we'll also be trying to train up the local people so that after that 5 years, they can maintain it themselves, operate the water treatment plant, and have security of their own water supply into the future.
It sounds quite expensive to have to build water treatment plants from scratch, right? What kind of funding have you sourced for this?
So the funding provided through the government is approximately 27 million upfront. So that funding is to be used really to develop as many water treatment plants as we can. So what we've done at Filtec is design water treatment plants that are modular, that we can standardise and therefore make in an economic fashion. They're also scalable, so that depending on the size of the marae and the needs, we can scale that up.
Yep.
Therefore, I think we're looking around about 120 initially that we'll be able to get out to marae and Papakainga and other rural communities, and that will be really the start, the basis for it.
Have you already started with certain meeting with marae, and which ones are on the list?
So we've got a list of about 80 or so who have registered already, and we are just in the process of going through that list and understanding where they are around the country. A lot of them in the far north and some of them down the East Cape. So, it depends who registers. So really, it's really important that all marae and local communities get on the website, the Rural Drinking Water Program website, and just register, because once you're registered, you're on the list, and then we can start looking into your needs.
So you talk about the need to seriously upgrade a lot of these water treatment plants. What are some of the innovative ways that are being produced for these water plants?
I think from our perspective, we've had a lot of experience in water treatment over the years, and we look to use materials and equipment that are very robust and proven in industry. We plan to use IoT, which is Internet of Things, which will allow us to remotely monitor and get alarms on how the performance of the water treatment plant is going. It will also be used to provide maintenance requests back to the local installers, and eventually the owners will also be able to utilise that for themselves to understand how their water treatment plant is performing. So that's pretty innovative. That's higher end than your standard residential type installation.
Sounds good. Can you tell us how local whānau will be involved in the maintenance of the plants?
Yes, as I said before, our plan is to really try and train up local whānau over the 5-year period, and if we can get them trained in maintaining and operating their own plant and also understanding how to monitor it, then they can take that over in future. So that'll really allow them to be self-sufficient and provide access to their own community for water going forward.
Excellent. Why is equitable access to safe and clean drinking water so important?
I personally think safe drinking water should be accessible to everybody. It should be a right in New Zealand. All across Aotearoa, the larger cities have always had clean and safe drinking water, but the rural communities have really been left behind, and we know there's been underinvestment over the years. This is a small part to get that infrastructure in the rural communities upgraded, and then hopefully that'll last into the future with the model we've got going.
I'm sure this is hugely beneficial for a lot of our rural communities and, of course, our marae. Look, Stephen Lee, thank you very much for talking with us this afternoon from the Rural Water Drinking Program. Tēnā koe.
Kia ora, thank you.